Get together. You know the spirits are going to be flowing, the intensity will be high, and these two will be ready to write another chapter in their storied rivalry. Welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
I caught up with the Bulldogs head coach pregame. He loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They put the brakes on it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Caught in the backfield. It's Mays. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Jones wants to throw it. Face the grab. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down.
I love the 3rd down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
A strike between defenders. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And I think with Florida, man, it's all about the quarterback position. When it was rolling at its peak, right, it was Jesse Palmer and Tim Tebow. That guy was pretty good too. But, like, finding that guy that can make the plays. I think bringing in Buster Faulkner is a big deal. They'll have a great offensive identity. But, Palmer, Florida's good when they got the trigger.
Well, the good news is they didn't have to leave the U.S. border to find the next guy like they did way back in the day. But you're right. I think Buster Faulkner really is the key. I thought one of the big moves for John Sumrall in the offseason was bringing in Faulkner as his offensive coordinator. One of the most difficult coordinators to defend. You ask any D coordinator in the country, and he always seems to get the best out of his quarterback. So they had a guy in DJ Lagway. They had really high hopes. Things didn't work out. He moves on to Baylor. But this is a critical spot. How quickly this new quarterback can get on the same page as his play caller, that's critical for their success.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. After the holding penalty, 1st and 20 for this offense. Got the big tight end on the corner route. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Wide left, it's Brown. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
There's so many offensive coordinators script those first 10 to 15 plays. Well, his has been gold. Great first drive, moving the ball down the field, now set up to punch it in. A 1st and goal situation. Opening drive masterpiece.
Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. And the Gators will hustle to the line. Jones to throw. Out wide right, it's Pryor. Touchdown, Gator! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This head coach wanted to come into this game aggressive, guys, and he did it in a couple different ways. On that first drive, nice mixture of throwing and running offensively, but how big was that gamble on 4th down? They got it, kept the drive alive, they end up scoring a touchdown, so it paid off. You can't start a game better than that.
On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Caught, it's Humphries. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Bulldogs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air, and now back to the line. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Finds his target. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Not many play calls a coach likes better than this. 2nd and 1 after getting 9. He'll go to the air again. Right side, it's Frazier. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Throws for the tight end. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Makes the grab past the marker. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
That's a clock. Runs through the tackle, and they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. It becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
On 1st down, Nate Frazier. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Extra point here will tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Jones wants to throw it. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field, too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. That Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really, really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good bounce, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry-up, defense has to be ready.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that 1st down. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's ball. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Gators! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Escapes the pressure going right. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Stockton. Right side, it's Wiley. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. It's dropped after taking the hit. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs obviously with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida.
Wide open spaces. The 20. Inside. Touchdown Bulldog. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he knows how to finish in style. A 66-yarder to the house. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles do a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
They'll move the wide receiver. Play action on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Left side, it's Jackson. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. They'll give it to Ball. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Calls his own number. Stop just inside the 30 and the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Plows through the defense. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Jones to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Reels it in. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The snap sets up to throw. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted to stop the threat. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye that Bull Gator head, let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with a look at Penn State taking on the Purdue Boilermakers. And it's the Nittany Lions trying to push that win streak to 9 in a row. This team knows exactly who they are. They've taken on the identity of that head coach, and they are a serious contender.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him. A really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Look out! And it's a sack.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Keeping his eyes downfield. He throws one to the left. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And at this point of the game, you just can't say enough about how good the defense has been covering this guy. Coming into the game, they knew he was the critical factor for this offense with his skill set, but they have really been able to shut him down. They force another incompletion down the field looking his way. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're winning this game.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. In traffic, it's Wiley. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
Drops back, it's Stockton. Out wide left, it's Wiley. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Second down, gonna throw it. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his... Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, gets the defense off guard.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got it in the middle, it's Humphries. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Handoff for Frazier. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Left side is Frazier. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. His big game continues. 3 touchdowns in this one, and now 15 for the year. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Florida. Winding up to add another. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Not much coaches love more than finding points on special teams, and that 94-yard touchdown return gave it to them. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Tells the run, wants to pass. Unloads it left. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Well, coming out in the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the third quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
Grabbed behind the line, it's ball. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it. The Gators want to pick up the tempo. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Jones wants to throw it. They've got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He missed it, no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Man, that was going to be a bomb. There are a lot of NFL kickers that wouldn't make that field goal.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Pass to 6. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills. And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It falls incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field to get things started back up. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. Turning it on. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary.
I think this team knew coming in today they needed to be able to run the football, and they were going to have to get some of that production from the quarterback, and he just broke off his longest run of the game so far. That was critical for his confidence, for this offense's confidence, and right now if you're on defense, you've got to find an answer for this.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He stopped immediately.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on third down.
Rolls right. Gets rid of it. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Tackled after a short gain, it'll be second and 9.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get them on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Fires to the wideout. Almost picked off.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Jones to throw. Fires to the right. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
And they'll get the punt out of there, and it'll be marked down just outside the opponent's 45. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
He'll pull it down and run. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, and he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. It's complete. Touchdown, Georgia. Once he got some room, it was over. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Here's the return from inside his 10. Slips through the line. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Jones wants to throw it. Out wide right, it's Abrams.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He's going for it all. Makes a catch. Into the house. Touchdown, Florida.
And listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see. You got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. The run inside. It's Frazier. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Frazier again. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left.
Really nice job by the running back here in the fourth quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot late in the game. They need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Out wide left, it's Wiley. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. Timeout now called by the Gators. That's their last one. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. Driving forward, it's Frazier. Got some room in under the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28. A pretty good job by the coverage unit. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Jones to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they...
He'll take the deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. He wants to throw it again. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to throw one first. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. And the Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Jones wants to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. He's got it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. The Gators moving quickly to the line. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Off play action. And he gets it away.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
The hands team able to secure that football, and with that, should have secured a victory.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, but his defense forces a fourth down. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books, and this one goes to the Dogs, who hunkered down and took out the Gators. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.